So I'm Lin.
I'm Victoria.
And we are the LV Project!
Yay! So, as I said in my last video, Lin had her birthday!
Yay! Happy birthday, me. I'm getting 1 year older.
Lin had her birthday! Yay! Happy birthday, me. I'm getting 1 year older.
As I promised you guys and you last time that I was gonna sing happy birthday for you. You guys please join me and we'll just make this super awkward and special for her.
Actually, it'd be nice. It's the first time I hear you sing a cappella.
I know, I'm so nervous. It's actually, okay, it's not about me. Alright, okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Lin. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Wasn't the eye roll in the end?
Because I messed it up.
I
messed
know,
it up.
you
I'm
messed
so
it up.
nervous. Happy birthday to Lin.
Thank you. Well, next month, you know who time that
And you know who is singing.
Oh, it's okay.
Well, if you want to sing.
I'll make it even more awkward.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Great.
I'll do that. Well, anyway, this is not about me today. It's more about you guys. So, yeah, back to our academics and studying and whatnot. But for today, so a lot of you guys are gonna have to do some voluntary experiences along the way. And so, volunteering pretty much is anything we do that we don't get paid for. But don't confuse it with things that you get to do every day, like chores. No, that's not volunteering. That will help your mom and dad back in the day for them to be more happier, but no, that's not volunteering. And also, internships, especially those unpaid ones, are not considered volunteering. Yes, you get to learn stuff, but it's not considered volunteering. So what kind of things can you do to volunteer? Well, it's like be able to do office work, to be able to be in student government in our solo group. There's also a thing I didn't realize until now, until that Victoria mentioned it to me a little while ago, was to pay a visit to an inmate at a prison, to be able to befriend them and to support them to visiting. I never knew that actually would count as volunteering, or even that actually happened to exist, but apparently that is the case. There's also teaching, there's also conservation, there's a lot of things you can do. It doesn't have to be, okay, I have to go to the hospital and I have to take care of patients. Yes, that is the main thing for us as pre-health, but it is not the thing that we have to do for volunteering. And so we're just wondering, a lot of you guys will probably be wondering about this when you first think about volunteering. Why do we have to volunteer? What is so important about volunteering that a lot of schools nowadays are wanting you guys to do?
So I did a little bit of research, especially for you guys and just for our own benefits. So according to Teague, McKenzie, and Rosenthal, so they are authors of Your Health Today textbook. They said that research shows that people who give time, money, and support to others are likely to be more satisfied with their lives and less depressed. So that's interesting.
Wow.
Yeah. Why do you think that is? I'm kind of like thinking about it.
I think it's because for volunteering, a lot of times, now we think about volunteering, yeah, we have to do this, it's a requirement, but for those who take it personally and want to do it for other people's benefit, but also they want to do it, it actually, for me, it gives me this kind of aha moment where it's like, I have this emotion in me that it's not just like love, but it's also like wanting people to be able to help people. And so I think that is why for them it makes me feel a lot better. And plus, even if I do have a very stressful life, it gets even more stressful if I have to take time to help people. It doesn't feel that way anymore, especially when you have that feeling inside you.
Another interesting point that I found from the research was that it said not all kinds of volunteering have the same effect. So it said that one-on-one contact and direct involvement significantly increase the volunteering positive effects on the volunteer. So instead of just, sending money or something like that can be considered volunteer, you actually jump in and then, be there and face to face with the person or the company or the organization that you're volunteering with. So the book also mentions that volunteering may reduce negative effects of stress, reduce asthma attacks, migraines, colds, flu, and even let the volunteer have like a longer lifespan. So that's the research that they did, that when they compare people that have volunteered versus people who don't volunteer. So that was like, well, so yeah, and all of that things that I just mentioned regarding the research, I think personally that all of that is a bonus.
Yes.
The number one most important thing that I'm so thankful for is that volunteer because we're passionate about it, or if we were once in their shoes, or if we're just curious, will not only benefit us as the textbook mentioned, physically, our physiological and health benefits, but it also our mental and everything else. So it benefits us on so many levels, but it also will benefit the person, the group, or the organization that we're volunteering with. Yeah, I was wondering, what is one or two of your main reasons why you volunteer? What motivated you to volunteer?
Well, at first, I didn't understand what the concept of volunteering was. I remember back when I was in elementary school or so, I used to go to this camp, and the people there, I knew that they were there for some reason. They weren't there for work, but I didn't know that it was volunteering or why they wanted to volunteer. I thought, it might be fun if I can be one of them in the future. And once I become a volunteer, then I realized that volunteering is not just about helping people. It's also about being able to learn from that experience and to use that as a guide for cases where you may need that knowledge later on. Yeah, there's that. And then there's also the part where it's fun, especially when you do volunteering where it's one of your hobbies. It's within one of your hobbies. For me, I like to read, and so being able to volunteer at a library is one of the funnest things to do. Well, that's for me. I don't know about you guys, but
yeah. So for me, some of the main reasons why what drives me to motivate, as you said, I didn't have much volunteer experience until when I hit college, because back in the culture and everything, we're just not big and we're not educated on what volunteering is. So then when I came to when I started college, I was so excited about all the opportunities. Oh my goodness, I didn't know we can do this. Let me try this, let me try that. But of course I wasn't able to do that the first year because I was just studying. But back to the point. So the main reasons why I volunteer, the things that I am volunteering right now, which we will talk about later in a bit. So number one reason is I was before in their shoes. I've been there for the hardship and the fun, so I know the things that I want to share, and I want to motivate them and mentor them about what were my experiences when I was in their shoes, how I dealt with it, and how I thought I should have deal with it, And the second big reason for me why I volunteer is that I learn from them. You feel like especially with mentoring or something like that, you feel that you're giving them, but in the end of the day, it always amazes me how much I learn from them. And yeah, it's just great. It gives me a feeling of that I can help them, and I get help too in return without my expectation.
So a little while ago, I talked about volunteering and my experience volunteering at a camp, and so that was one of the major volunteering experiences that I had. And the other one was right now I'm still volunteering at a hospital. But talking about at that camp, it was more of like a spiritual kind of camp, and so for me it was a lot more I won't say emotional, but it has a deeper meaning in my heart, especially when it comes to being able to bond with the children. Yes, it's a children camp. Bond with the children and be able to learn about them, not only about their lifestyles and what they have to go through physically, but also spiritually. So yeah, that was one of the things, and being able to see them very happy is one of my motivations to keep on going. That camp there, we have to wake up really early in the morning. It's a long time. One day has a lot of hours.
Especially with kids.
Yes,
Don't have
yes,
much,
and
yeah.
so even though it may be long, it might be a little bit tiring sometimes. Being able to see their faces and being happy and know that whatever they're going through, being able to be in that camp, they are just happy children with no stress, no worry. It makes me really happy for that. So yeah, and the others. For now, I'm also volunteering at a hospital, and at that hospital, I'm also taking care of children. Yes. Well, I don't know if I'll be a pediatrician, but you may never know. Yes. But for children, I get to see sick patients all the time, and to see that, it pretty much kind of breaks my heart, especially when they're really young and they're crying because they're feeling pain. For them to be able to have a smile on their faces as well, not only the children but also the parents, it makes me feel very happy. So yeah, what about you? What are your favorite?
Yeah, that was really awesome. So yeah, some of my highlights in terms of volunteering is that I used to teach chemistry workshop on campus.
Oh.
Well, it started out as volunteering, and then they pay you like $100 per term, which was like, what? I'm gonna buy candy with this every day. Anyways, it was. This is more. It helped me to grow in my leadership skill and just helped me with my intellectual. It also helped me with my social interactions. So it was just a really good lesson for me to know that I like teaching. So that was fun. And then another thing also to try to make the subject fun.
Yes.
I do it because I love it and I want to share my love for the subject with the students. So that was, it was interesting learning experience. I learned about how to have the boundaries between friends and then students and then teacher student. So that was good. Currently, I've been privileged and honored that I'm given the chance to mentor high school girls.
Oh.
This is the part that I told you in the beginning. I was once a high school girl. High school is such one of the hardest stages of life. There's you're going through your hormones changes, so that's one, and then you have it's just so many things going on. So many changes,
especially the last few years, the last 1 or 2 years of high school.
So a lot of transitions,
Yes.
And so I was there before, and high school wasn't my greatest year ever. So then I've been there, so I have that heart to want to the girls to do well, and the things that I can share. So, and they also help me as I go through my everyday life to know the things. They also share their tips and with their insights and knowledge. It's amazing, and it makes me proud how awesome they're doing. So yeah, that's one. I'm always thankful every time I remember that. The other one is currently I'm part of one of the officers in Red Cross student group. So that's another thing too, that you can volunteer. You can volunteer within a student group. The thing that I like about it is that, again, it teaches me leadership. It teaches me how to resolve a conflict. I used to be this person who just, okay, I'm just gonna, not talk too much, and then the goal, well, I still talk a lot, but not as much as now. No, I mean, so it's like in in the end we're just gonna agree, and I'm not gonna, you know, confront too much, something like that. So, you know, I wasn't standing up for myself, I wasn't speaking out my voice and my ideas. So then, you know, through this volunteering, I'm able to, you know, better communicate my ideas and, you know, just resolving conflict. So it has been teaching me to be brave, and the group is like it's like a family, you know, not as close, but you know, it's a group, it's a community, I would say. Yeah, it's more like a community, and then, you know, you have the same purpose, so it's great. And the last one that I want to point out that was really impacting that has been impacting my life is I've been volunteering in the hospital too. It's a center, it's a hospital for mentally or medically fragile children. So growing up back in my country, we did not pay attention a lot to disabled community, specifically because we're not, you know, I was not being taught in school. So then when I came here, I didn't know anything about it, and I was just so amazed to see the different, you know, things that are there to benefit them and make things easier. Volunteering at the mentally fragile children department, and just face to face with the kids, it has taught me one of the biggest lesson that I've learned, which is sometimes you cannot fix things, and you know, as doctors and nurses and you know, health care providers, we just want to fix things. And now every time I see them, I give all of my attention to them, and because might be their last day with their condition, they can just pass away in like tomorrow. You don't know the signs. And yeah, it just teaches me to, you know, live in the moment. Even though I have so many plans in advance, I have to live it.
So, as all you can see, the take-home message here is that yes, it's nice to volunteer, but then you don't want to volunteer because you have to volunteer. Do it from your own heart, and that's how you're gonna get the most benefit out of it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we can't deny that, you know, part of it is because we want it to be in our transcript, which is okay. You know, people understand. That can be one of your motivation too, but like Lynn said, that shouldn't be the most important thing, because you won't be getting all of the benefits if you do it from your heart. If you volunteer to places that you're passionate about, then you will benefit from it, and people can benefit from it the most.
Yes.
Yeah, so just to close everything, we're just gonna do low and high check-in. So we'll start with you. What's the lowest thing that has happened that you want to share since the last video, and then what's the high?
I would say the lowest thing is probably be that I realized I need to keep on studying and reviewing my Gen Chem stuff, since I am an in-class facilitator. Not being prepared is not going to harm me, but it's going to harm the students that I'm helping, especially the most. I don't want to be able to tell them the wrong information, but on the half of that, I don't want to keep on asking the professor how to do a problem. So it's better to reviewing, and you know, it's going to help me with my MCAT, so that's good. But also, you know, just for the heck of it, I may need to use this in the future. I don't know when or how, but MCAT's gonna, my high, well, it's my birthday, so I'm very thankful that I get to live another year. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that you're here. I'm thankful that I get to experience a lot of things. Whether it's a good thing, a bad thing, you know, sad thing, happy thing, I'm glad to experience it because it helps me grow.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm gonna so I'm gonna stick on the little details, like little things.
Okay.
So my low was yesterday.
Okay.
So I took my personal health exam, and it's one of those multiple choices.
Oh.
So then on 2 questions, I already circled the correct answer. Okay, and then I was like, of course I need to double check everything. So I read through them everything again, and then I was like, you know what? Let me think about this. Let me think, and I thought about it, and then I changed my answer.
That happens to me all the time.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's not the only one. Let me go through it more. And then I changed the other one. So I know for sure 2 things that were supposed, I was so close to being right. I changed my answer to something wrong. So I know that I have 2 mistakes. That was my luck. I'm smiling, but it wasn't. It was painful yesterday. I'm good now. I'm just sleepy. Okay, my high is so currently I'm still in the process of cleaning my house. I have this one special spot in my apartment, and the special spot has, so I just have like cards all over it and candles and stuff, so it's like a relaxing area. So then I'm happy to be able to put it together again since it was like all over the place. But my highest point of that certain table was I was able to like put all of the cards that I've been given. I love cards. I love giving people cards. I love getting cards. So when I get it, I keep them all. I never throw it away. So so it was just so nice to see all the cards, and I'm thankful for the people that are surrounded me. It just reminded me that I'm thankful for, like you said, it's funny that it's kind of like matching. Yeah. Anyways, I'm thankful for the people that are surround me, and in whatever type of relationship that I have with them.
Yes.
Awesome. So
yes. This video we're going to be opening up the comment section. So if you want to, you can do that. So
feel free to put a constructive
criticism,
feedback, and tell us what you'd like to hear from us. We probably have something planned next week, but if you have anything that you are interested in knowing, we'll try our best to talk about it and maybe do some research. But feel free to write down any suggestions that you want to know, or you want to see us do.
Yep. Well, until then.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. See you next time.
See ya. Bye.